Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, September 22nd. Thank you so much for joining in to our weekly PPACA webinars. If you are new to the format, you can ask questions in a number of ways. You can raise your little hand icon on the control panel to the right of your screen. And if you want to test it out by just letting me know by raising your hand, if you can see my screen, I'd appreciate it. Excellent. And of course, if you have questions, you can type them into the question box and we'll answer them at the end of the webinar. And I've said this many times, so for those of you that have been joining in for the last 3 years, I appreciate it. For those of you that are new, these webinars were started as a way of, really just a resource, a way that our agent partners can come to one place, one time, all together, and ask the questions, work through this crazy quagmire of the marketplace, and learn. And it's developed into a lot more, and hopefully you can use these programs as resources and just kind of catching up with all the changes that occur on a weekly basis. So again, I hope you find these helpful, and hope you continue to join in and ask your questions, because we're all better for it. So let's just jump right in. The FFM certificates with Highmark, it is Sentinel Elite this year, not Sales Sentinel. That information was in my newsletter last week. It will be in my newsletter under training again this week. I would encourage you to do that sooner rather than later. It is an training, and it follows just kind of line by line or module by module, if you will, that you have to just kind of agree to and move on. And then at the end, you're going to see where it kind of tells you that you've not done your FFM certificates yet, but it's very similar to how Aetna's system worked last year, where it's saying that they don't have your certificate, but they're going to check the CCIIO reports and pull that information. So when you get to the end of the ethics training with Highmark, don't be alarmed if you see that it says you haven't certified. Just keep checking back. When the link turns red, then you can upload your certs. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, I do have some screenshots of the Sentinel Elite that I can offer to you, and let me just see if I put those in here. Yeah, actually they're in your handouts. In your control panel. So you will have the instructions now, actually. So let's move on to the second bullet point, 2017 pay or play penalties for groups of 50 or more full-time equivalents. Penalty A is bumping up to 2,260, and then penalty B is the 3,390. So if you remember, they started out at 2 and 3 and have increased steadily over the last several years. Next bullet point, Highmark 2016 FFM certification. It is via Sales Sentinel, not Sentinel Elite. Now keep in mind, this is this year's certification. Some people have done their 2016 FFM certification but have not done the Sales Sentinel ethics training with Highmark, and they are shutting that down tomorrow. So if you are one of those people that have not done your ethics training or totally forgot about it, and believe me, there are some people out there that still haven't, unfortunately, you will have to do that by tomorrow, or anything written for 2016 will not get paid, and there's no way we can change that. So be mindful of that. Of course, the 17 is now Sentinel Elite. Many of you registered for the Capital Blue Cross Partnering in Knowledge seminars. They are running next week. There is one on Tuesday, the 27th in Enola, and one Wednesday, the 29th in Saucon Valley, in Lehigh Valley. They originally had a couple breakout sessions. One of those breakout sessions was on the individual products. For those of you that registered, you should have received an email stating that the individual segments are not going to be presented. They have nothing to present, but they will still have the group product training. So the schedule is that Continental Breakfast is from 8 to 8:30. Registration is also the same time, 8 to 8:30. And then 8:30 to 9:45, they will have the group products presentation. So if any of you are scheduled for those events, just be mindful of those time changes. If you haven't received that registration email, let me know. And of course, in my newsletter that's going out today, the actual registration link is included under training. So if you haven't registered, you're interested in learning about the group products for 17 for Capital, just wait for my newsletter or give me an email or a call and I'll get the information over to you. Referral program. As many of you knew or know, we ran an individual health referral program for agents that did not really want to play in the individual segment, and it was a very successful program. However, because of the market changes and the uncertainty and the continuing reduction of individual commissions, we are not offering the referral program. We're not offering it now, and we will not be offering it in 2017. So we are working on a how to do business blast so that you have access to all of the information that you can direct your clients properly. And I'm going to be sending out an email just with that information, letting you know that the referral program is discontinued. Again, we're going to have a lot of tools on our website to help you, but without rates or anything at this point, I don't have anything to show you now other than the fact that we are not running the referral program. And again, we'll be giving you the tools that you can use to assist your clients. Not write them, you don't have to write them, but you can give them good numbers, good contact, good sites to reach out to. Save the date. November 16th, there is a 2 CE course from 8:30 to 11:30, and it's being run by Mass Mutual and by Steve Clemens through our Life Markets division. I'm just asking you to save the date because not only are they going to go over sales ideas, which I think is timely, of course, any long final expense or life products will be discussed, but also business succession planning. And this is a topic that we've been asked about over the years, and I do think it's again timely, and it's going to be informative. And for all those folks out there that wonder what will happen to their business segments if they pass, I think it's a good program to come to, and you can get some CE credits as well. So save that date, November 16th. It's going to be here at URL. More information will be coming. And as a reminder, Marketplace opens November 1st, so hopefully we will have some information by October 15th. That's what I'm hoping. Well, actually, I'm hoping we have it today, but that's not going to happen. So I'm just now hoping that we at least get it by the 15th, which is about the time we got it last year. So as soon as I get any information, obviously I'll share that with you, but at this point I have nothing, absolutely nothing. Nothing on commissions, nothing on plans, nothing on strategy, nothing, which makes it pretty difficult for all of us, I'm sure. So that's it. That brings us up to our last bullet point, which is the open forum. I'll let you type in your questions or raise your hands. As a reminder, we will have no webinar next week. I will still send out a newsletter, and all of the information that I would go over in next week's, or would have gone over in next week's webinar, will be included in the newsletter. So we'll resume 2 weeks from today, which is October 6th. All right, so it looks like I have some questions. And Dave says, when will we know, or do we know about commissions for 2017? Absolutely not. We know nothing. We've heard a lot of different rumors, and they run from not paying commissions to paying commissions based on metal level. I mean, or based on plan type. We've heard that one carrier, a Blues carrier in northeastern PA, might not be offering programs in Lycoming County, and we heard that from the other carrier in northeastern PA, which is Geisinger. So again, this is all speculation, and I shouldn't probably have even mentioned it, but I wanted you to know that there are so many things out there, and you can choose any of them and run with them, but none of them have been defined yet. So just keep watching, keep listening, and I'll get you as soon as I have any information. I'll get it to you. Sunny says, just confirming, we do not know what commission rates will be for open enrollment or all of 17 yet for individual. We do not, Sunny. Dana says, can you please review the Highmark FFM process, ethics training through Sentinel Elite and FFM cert via Sales Sentinel? Completed through the MLN. So Dana, last year and the years before, Sales Sentinel was used once you did your certification for Medicare, for the under 65 marketplace programs, independents, all of those programs. You had to go into Sales Sentinel and do the ethics training and then upload your certs. It's a new system now called Sentinel Elite, and the process is pretty similar. I did attach the screenshot, so I think that it's going to be pretty clear once you look at those, but it's just a different system that you have to get into to do your ethics training. Barb says, just verifying that the 2016 FFM cert is only for now, not the sales for 17. That's correct. And Barbara, if you, yeah, and that is closing. Tomorrow, the 16 certification through Sales Sentinel is closing. The Sentinel Elite 2017 ethics certification is open. And once you do your 17, that supersedes your 16 for the balance of the year and then all through 17. I know it's confusing, but just if you've done your 16 training and did the Sales Sentinel, you're good. If you're doing your 17 FFM certification, you need to do your ethics training through Sentinel Elite. Dave says, will you send us an email when you get the individual rates? Absolutely, Dave. I'm going to, you won't miss them. I'll have all the information that I can, and again, it's probably going to come in drips and drabs, but we will have everything on our site and available to you. Steve says, what were you saying about Highmark sending something tomorrow? Oh, Highmark is not sending something tomorrow. Oh, I know what you were saying. Steve and I had a conversation about independence. One of my agent partners said that they heard from independents that they weren't going to pay commissions at all in 17, and that an announcement was going to come out, and that was supposed to come out this week. Or, yeah, this week. Well, it's not. And when I talk to independents, they say we've not made any decisions. So again, you know, there's a lot of rumors out there, and you can take one of them and run with it, but at this point there is nothing known about plans, pricing, commissions, nothing. Lori says, when will we be able to upload our certs? Well, Lori, the Sentinel Elite is still kind of, it's slow. I don't know. I had a question put into Highmark yesterday about how long it's expected to take before that link turns red. But I've not received an answer. I will let you know as soon as possible. I just say go on to Sentinel Elite. And Erica, Independence is on Sentinel Elite too, but I don't have their code yet. So I don't know if you have access to it, if without a code, but I don't think so. I'm trying to get that. And when I get it, it will be in the training section of my newsletter. That's it. That brings us up to all the questions. I know it was a bit confusing with all the Sentinel Elite and Sales Sentinel, but if you do have more questions, just give me a call. I'm happy to walk you through it and explain my rambling. So anyway, I will not see you or talk to you next week on the 29th, but I look forward to meeting back here in 2 weeks and having some more information to share on the 6th of October. Until then, have a great balance of the week, full weekend. Bye-bye.